Welcome to the Baseball Together podcast, baseball family. For those of you new to the show, we are here to raise money for the nonprofit organization Called Up, whose mission is to give disadvantaged young ball players the equipment they need to play the game we all love. We also want to unite communities by improving or rebuilding baseball facilities in areas suffering economic or environmental hardship. At this time, you can support by purchasing t-shirts and other baseball-related apparel and accessories from 9plusus.com. 10% of all these sales go to the cause. Again, that's 9plusus.com. The number 9, plusus.com. 9plusus.com. We hope you enjoy this episode of the Baseball Together podcast, brought to you by 9plusus.
Welcome back, baseball family, to another episode of the Baseball Together podcast. As always, I am here. I am Brig, and I'm with Blackjack Brad. He is in the house.
In the house. That's right.
We're excited to be here to bring all of the best baseball content to you. We are going strong, and we're glad you're here with us. Today, we are going to start with a couple of current events. And to begin, let's talk about the All-MLB Team. Brad.
Yeah.
This is the inaugural season of the All-MLB Team.
It is, yeah.
What are your thoughts on this, just as a concept?
Well, to be completely honest, first, I thought it was pretty cool. I think it's a pretty cool concept. I was a little bit bummed that we were doing the grab bag last week, since that's when it was announced, that we didn't get to talk about it right then. But now we're talking about it as we're coming up to the teams being released, or the team, it's the single team being released, and I think it's cool.
Tomorrow.
I like it. Yeah, tomorrow. I like it because the NFL does the All-Pro team, NBA does All-NBA team. Why not have an All-MLB team, right?
Right. Yeah.
You're taking the best of the guys from the National League and then also the American League and putting them together. And this is what it would look like if this team were to go represent and play a team from Mars. I don't know, something like that.
Right. Yeah, totally.
Right?
Mars that's a good example.
So,
yeah.
I mean, it's basically an all-world team, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, it is, truly.
So, yeah, that's what I think about it. What do you think about it? Do you like the idea? Do you think it's a little hokey? What do you think?
When we were talking earlier, you mentioned that it's another resume bullet for these players, and I feel like that is absolutely true. But at the heart of this, I feel like there's fan engagement, because it's a fan voting experience, just like the All-Star game. Uh-huh. So we all got to sit and vote on who we wanted to be. Of the 60 available players that they, shortlisted for us, the fans got to vote on who gets to be on the 2019 All-MLB team. So I do appreciate the nod and the involvement as a fan, because that's what we're all about. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was really I like that part of it. But again, it's like All-Star voting, but combined. I don't know. I don't know. I like it. I have no reason to hate it, but I have this aversion to change that's natural. that I can't, I'm like, ugh. Yeah. Why are we got to be that way, right? But I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, and I think it'll be fun. And like you said, we were talking earlier, and I did mention it was just kind of another piece to put on the resume, another bargaining chip for guys like Scott Boras, or even teams. If
totally.
Boras comes in and says he deserves this many hundreds of billions of dollars, and the team says, whoa, pump the brakes, he didn't even make All-MLB team last year, and these guys on that team are making less than what you're requesting, right?
Asking for.
So it could be a pretty good little bargaining chip either way. I have a really hard time saying bargaining for some reason.
It's okay.
I don't know why. Anyway.
It's a hard word.
I think it's a
rough word.
It is. The B's and the G's. But I think it'll go both ways. I think teams and players and agents, I think they'll all be able to use this as, like you said, another piece on the resume. And maybe it'll help to kind of create a little bit more of a payroll hierarchy.
Yeah.
Make a little bit more sense of who's going to make what and where, when. I don't know. We'll see.
It could be. I think one of the things that I think is cool, though, is the MLB, we're all, in baseball, we love tradition.
Yeah.
And we get to kind of invite a new tradition in. Here we are, middle-aged fans, and we're thinking, it's kind of weird, it's kind of dumb. But my 3-year-old she's going to, in 20, 30 years, when she's my age, she's going to say, oh, man, I remember when my dad was so excited that guy made the All-MLB team in 2021 or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? She's going to remember that, and this will build on her tradition and her memories. And so for that, I think it's awesome.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I think that's actually a perfect way to put it. It's a great way to gain younger fans because they can relate to it. Like I said, the NFL and the NBA have been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
And it'll help those fans kind of figure out who the best players in the league are.
Yep. So just to give everybody who maybe wasn't aware of this that's listening, 60 position players were candidates for the 2019 inaugural All-MLB team. We have 8 first basemen, 6 second basemen, 8 shortstops, 11 third basemen, 7 catchers, 5 designated hitters, 15 outfielders. There were 30 pitchers, of which 19 were starters, 11 were relievers, and the Astros are the leading team. They have 10 candidates from the Astros. Red Sox next have 7, and the Twins have 6. And then you move down to Braves, Nationals, Yankees, Indians, and Dodgers. Each have 5 nominees. So it's a little lopsided, I guess, but
that's the way the league is, though.
Time.
Yeah,
exactly.
You're going to see those teams, those few teams that made the playoffs, you're going to see them with more guys on this list because they had the production to get their teams there. So I think it only makes sense. I mean, the Astros,
voting.
Yeah, it's fan voting. And we felt like for most of the season, the Astros are the best team in the league. Right?
Totally.
So it's only fitting they're going to have 10 guys because there's no pitching through that lineup and there's no hitting those pitchers. so I think it makes sense that you
not if they're telling their players what's coming.
Oh yeah, exactly. Exactly right.
It's hard to beat the best team in the league when they have an unfair advantage. Sorry. All right. I'm still a little butthurt. I'll be honest. I'm
curious
upset
to see what MLB does with that because, I mean, I was looking at their payroll today and I was like, well, yeah, but you tack a $5 million fine on there and then they're going to be over the luxury tax.
That's right.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It'll get there.
Yep.
They're getting
It'll
to
come
it.
around.
So
and you'll hear it here. We'll talk about it when it happens for all the listeners.
Sure.
So
I can't wait to talk
all
about
right.
it.
Me neither. So let's move on. Brad sent me an article the other day about Brian Cashman rappelling off a building.
And I was thoroughly confused. I don't know what any of that meant. I was like, so wait, was he rappelling or were the people with the sign rappelling? And why would he be rappelling down? I don't know. It didn't make any sense to me. Brig, explain.
All right. As a Yankees fan, I will illuminate you. Here's Brian Cashman for the last handful of years or whatever. He's been doing this charitable event where he rappels down a 22-story building in downtown Stamford.
Okay.
And that's what they do. It's a charity, and what's the reason you heard about the sign in the window saying "Please sign Garrett Cole" was because that there was a fan, a Yankees fan who knew this is Stamford, Connecticut. The Yankees fan knew that he was coming to do this because he's done it for however many years, and wrote "Please sign Garrett Cole" in the window that they knew he would be passing by. That's where the sign comes in. Anyway. So I guess he rappels down this building, and then they go deliver gifts, and they do all kinds of things. And
all right, that makes sense. I was like, is his office in that obscure of a location that he has to rappel down a building to get to it? Is he rappelling to his balcony? Is that how he goes to lunch every day? I don't know.
He's a superhero.
I guess
he's a superhero.
So. Yeah. It's something like that. Superhero in a 3-piece suit.
Yeah. Who gets pulled over by police.
Exactly.
He's had a banner year, I think.
I'd say so. And it'd be crazy to see if he did actually pull it off and he did sign Garrett Cole.
They say it's top priority.
It's true, but we all know what happens when things are top priority sometimes. They just don't happen.
Well, not when Scott Boras is involved.
No. Well, and, I know we're kind of changing gears here to talk about this, but I did see, I think I sent this to you or you sent it to me. I don't remember. Maybe you sent it to me about how they're willing to set a record.
Yeah.
With what they're paying him.
Yeah.
And And immediately my first thought was, oh, wow, there's no way he's going to go anywhere else because Boris isn't going to allow him to. But the thing that I was curious about is what are they going to set a record for? Number of years offered, total money earned, or dollars per year.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see what it is they actually offer him and whether or not he accepts it. So, because if they give him a 5-year deal that's setting a record for money per year, I don't think Boris is going to let him take that.
No, I don't think so either. And I think it's going to have to have a big back end retirement sum, right? It's going to be split up, and to make sure the guy's getting taken care of after he gets out.
Yeah, I'm
which
sure
is
there'll
super
be some
common,
deferred money.
but I think it's going to be a big part of it.
Yeah, yep, it's true, especially if it's setting a record for total money, like total worth.
Right.
I think they'll defer a lot of that.
All right, so last thing on the current events lineup today, we got the Modern Era ballot. Now, this is a Hall of Fame topic that Brad actually has a little more information on, so I'll let you take over on that one.
Okay, so this is, like you said, it's a Modern Era committee ballot, and this is basically guys who didn't get into the Hall of Fame during their time of eligibility because you have a certain amount of time of being on the ballot. I think it's 10 years, right?
It's 10 years, yeah.
And so they didn't make it in during their time on the ballots. So this is a committee. It's a 16-member committee that's comprised of, I'm reading this directly, Hall of Famers, executives, members of the media, and historians. So
current Hall of Famers, executives, members of the media, okay, and historians. Got it.
And baseball historians. So you can get really every aspect, which I think they should make up a group of this who votes for the Hall of Fame anyway.
That's pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So this year there are 10 guys on this ballot. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, oh wow.
Dwight Evans, Steve Garvey, Tommy John, Don Mattingly, Thurman Munson, Dale Murphy, Dave Parker, Ted Simmons, and Lou Whitaker. Okay?
Wow.
So those are the guys who are on this list. So there's a few names that really stick out to me, right? There's Don Mattingly, Donnie Baseball.
Yeah. Donnie Baseball, hell yeah.
Who was a great player. I just don't know if he's a Hall of Famer, right?
Sure.
If anything, maybe it's for consistency throughout his career because he was a very consistent player. Tommy John, I don't know that Tommy John himself should get in, but maybe his doctor.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Yeah. Because he's really the one who revolutionized everything, is his doctor, not Tommy John himself, but his doctor did. But the big one for me is Dale Murphy.
Yep.
Okay, I expect Dale Murphy to get in because he had, you ready for this? I've got some numbers in front of me.
Okay, cool.
18-year career. He had an 8-year peak where he was a 7-time All-Star and won back-to-back MVPs in 82 and 83.
Jeez.
Okay, I don't know why that dude's not in the Hall of Fame.
It's pretty great,
to be honest with you, because that's a pretty good resume. And I mean, he was a lifetime 265 hitter, which now is really good, but not then, obviously not,
right.
Because, but it would be higher if it wasn't for his 92 and 93 seasons where he hit 161 and 143.
Sure.
And that was in 18 and 26 games is all. So it's not going to have that much of a weight, but I'm sure it doesn't help.
No, it definitely doesn't help.
But I think if you look at the rest at the peak of his career, how good he was, he's got to be in. He's got to be in.
Well, and for me, it's I don't know. I think this committee makes a lot of sense to consider other things. Because when your 10-year ballot eligibility is all about performance on the field. It's all about the numbers. It's all about impact on the game at large. Mm-hmm. But this committee, I think, is comprised of enough people with the right resources and the right sort of perspective to say this was the team player. Mm-hmm. We could not have done it without him. This is the clubhouse guy that motivated us in the time we were down. Or, that kind of stuff. That, this is the guy that is responsible for our unit cohesion.
Yeah, and
stuff like that. That's what this is for.
I think that's a good
me.
point. And I think and we talked about this a little bit earlier, I guess before we were recording, But we talked earlier about how Harold Baines got in there because everybody loved him. He was a nice player. But everybody loved Harold Baines, and we really think that's what got him in. And if Harold Baines is the bar for guys getting in, I would think a 7-time All-Star with 2 MVPs
absolutely
should get in.
Yep. Dale Murphy, so I'm down here in Braves country, and that dude's a freaking legend, man.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he is.
I mean, he's like, you can't go anywhere during baseball season and not see a Dale Murphy T-shirt or jersey. You can't go.
Really?
You can't do it. No, they're everywhere.
That's awesome.
And you go into the clubhouse, or it's not the clubhouse. I wish I'd go in the clubhouse. No, you go to the team store down at Atlanta, and it's in SunTrust Park, and Dale Murphy's all over the place. No, the dude
should be.
Yeah, it's a huge deal down here. So I don't know. I think this is great. I love it.
Yeah, I like it. It is kind of funny though how it's almost like, let's revisit this, right?
Yeah.
That it's this other group that's like, we're going to improve on the system, and it is actually an improvement. I feel like, because if they had a bigger pool of these people, the Hall of Famers, executives, and
the
historians,
voters,
this group of voters, if they had a bigger pool, like, give them the Hall of Fame vote.
Yeah.
Because you've got diverse opinions coming in there. Like, this is the way it should be. We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
That this is what it needs to be. And it's nice that it's a small group right now, but I'd like to see it eventually expand.
Yeah, I like that it's small. I think there's less opportunity for politics when it's small.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know. I don't know. It's diverse. It's new. It's fun. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm sure we'll be reporting on it for years. So
I'm sure we will.
It'd be awesome.
Because like we said, we enjoy it. So, well, let's go ahead and take a break because there's actually not a whole lot going on right now. The winter meetings have started, and not a whole lot of news is breaking yet, but I'm sure we'll have more next week. Let's go ahead and take a break, and we're going to come back and talk about ballpark food.
The designated hitter, the infield fly, a ground rule double, the dropped third strike. To some, these seem like strange things. To you, these are just baseball things. Shop the Baseball Things collection at 9plusus.com.
Welcome back, baseball family. So we're going to close this out today. It's actually going to be kind of short, I think. I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to close this.
I feel passionately about this.
It's true. But we're going to close this out today. We're going to talk about ballpark food. And one of the reasons that this conversation was sparked came to my mind. First, Tiff, Brig's wife, said that we should do a complete breakdown on hot dogs. Okay? But then I was like, no, you know what? I booked my tickets to spring training today.
You did?
I did. So I want to talk about ballpark food in general because I want to try something new in March. I'm going down to the Cactus League. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so excited. Can't believe it.
Oh, I'm super jelly, bro.
This will be the second year in a row I get to go. Last year, my whole family went. This year, it's just going to be me and my son, Wilson, with my dad and my uncle. My uncle actually has a house down there in the Phoenix area. And so we're going down there, staying with him, and we're gonna go. We're probably gonna go to like 3 or 4 games while we're there. So,
dude,
I'm pretty stoked on it. Yeah.
Okay, so I have some news.
Okay.
I have some friends that stayed with us for Friendsgiving this last week.
Nice. Okay.
Of course, I had to go to a funeral, so they came and took care of everybody as soon as I left. It was terrible, but they just bought a house halfway between Miami and Tampa.
Oh, nice.
And they said, y'all should come down for spring training. And I was like, yeah.
You bet your bippy, yeah.
I don't know if it's going to happen this spring. We got a lot going on with the whole cancer thing. But I'm telling you, I'm excited about the opportunity. So I'm super jelly for you, though. You're like gonna go.
Oh, yeah. We're like, our foot, like Wilson was asking today. He's like, so, Dad, are we going to get on the airplane tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like, I wish.
That's awesome.
So, that was part of the reason
cool.
I thought, let's go out just from hot dogs. Let's go to ballpark food. So
love it. Yes.
There we go. Okay. We love making lists around here. That's one of the things that we just absolutely love doing. So we thought we would turn these into a list, counting down from 5 to 1. Brig, what is your number 5 favorite ballpark food?
I need a shave ice.
Oh, you need a shave ice.
I need an icy. Yep.
What flavor do you go with?
You know what? It's different every day. I have no idea. Sometimes I want a little tiger's blood. Sometimes I want to mix it with a blue raz, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes I want lime, like a lemon lime thing with a hint of citrusy, sometimes you get an icy vendor, they'll throw in some pomegranate in there or something, and that it's like, whoo, it's like a tequila sunrise, but, with just ice.
Do you get that with, do you have them put ice cream on the bottom?
No. Why ruin a good thing? Stop it right now.
Oh, it's taking it to the next level. I mean, come on now.
No, stop. I don't even like ice cream, Brad.
Okay. Well,
but
we'll
that's
stop
why.
there, then.
That's why I'm weird.
Okay.
I'm
we'll
weird. Everybody
there,
tells me. It's okay. What's your number 5, Brad?
My number 5 is pizza.
Yeah.
I am a sucker for a pizza. I have a hard time saying no to it, and I will always eat way too much. I'm a little bit of a traditionalist as far as pizza goes, so I'm just going to get myself a pepperoni, maybe throw some sausage on there.
There you go.
But I do enjoy having some pizza at the ballpark, if I'm in the mood for it, because there's obviously things that I enjoy more. But
okay, so I have to just throw it out there. That's my honorable mention.
Oh, is it? Is it?
Pizza is my honorable mention.
Oh,
it's not the first thing I think of it at a ballpark, but they always have it. And if you just can't get anything else, or you're just not in the mood for any of the other stuff, then you always get a pizza. And I'm with you. I want my pizza flavored. I don't put no craziness on my pizza.
No, I don't want a sweet pizza. I just want a pizza flavored pizza. And that's the thing is, no matter where I go, I always have my eyes out for pizza, regardless.
That's awesome.
Like even at the mall, I'll walk by Sbarro and be like, "It's not good, but it's pizza."
Right. Because garlic dipping sauce, and it'll change everything, though.
Because not good pizza is better than no pizza at all.
Yeah.
So
that is the most truthiest thing you've ever said in your whole life.
Probably.
That was seriously the mostest truthiest.
It's philosophizing.
It's philosophizing. Yeah. Okay, so now what's your honorable mention, since I already blew mine?
Okay, so my honorable mention, this is actually specific to T-Mobile Park, since that's the park that I grew up going to.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is, but I love to sit and eat chocolate-covered strawberries at the ballpark.
What?
Yeah, because I love them. They come on a stick, and they're so good. I'm a sucker for a chocolate-covered strawberry, and I have to get them when I go to Safeco.
But I've never associated a chocolate-covered strawberry with a baseball game. Dude, that's probably I'll bet, how is that not higher on your list?
Because everything else is pretty good.
It would be like a celestial experience.
It is. Because they're so damn good.
Yeah,
they're
they
so
are.
damn good.
Yeah.
Those ones in particular, because I like them everywhere else, but you can't get them like that anywhere else.
Really?
They're good. They're real good.
Okay. I'm traveling to Seattle now.
Need to.
I'm going to meet you there, and we're going to have some chocolate-covered strawberries.
Sounds good to me. And everything else on my list.
Yeah, no kidding. Including pizza. Because it's an honorable mention, but we might start there.
Appetizer pizza.
First inning, give me a slice of pizza.
That's right. All right, let's go on to number 4. What's your number 4, Brig?
I want a pretzel. I want a soft pretzel. I want it big.
Oh, yeah.
And I want it like I want there to be so much salt on it, it looks like it's got scales.
I am here for that. That's how I like my soft pretzels, too. Like, there's no such thing as too much salt on a soft pretzel.
Hell no.
And that's what the cheese is for. That's what the cheese is for. It's to help with the salt.
It cuts it right down.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's
Brad.
so good.
Yes.
We need to go to a game together. We have never been to a game together, and this needs to happen. We've only been to basketball games together.
That's true.
We need to do baseball together.
Yeah, we're absolutely
right.
Name
of the podcast.
What? What's your number 4?
My number 4 is nachos.
Yeah.
I'm a simple man. Give me the chips and give me the cheese and give me a couple napkins because it's going to be all up in my fingers.
Yeah,
it's going to be so
fingers
good.
In that beard. Yeah.
It is. It's always in my beard. After it, there's certain things like nachos, buffalo wings, things like that. I have to like excuse myself to go wash my face in the bathroom, and I do like to like rub rub my nose or my cheek or like itch my eye as I walk so I can cover my face a little bit because it's embarrassing. I do make a huge mess of myself. When my wife and I go out for wings or anything, she sits next to me so she doesn't have to look at my face while I eat wings because it just gets caked in my beard.
Oh,
That's a true story.
Dude, when I have my beard grown out, it's the same. So I totally feel you.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. I always feel like a child. It's like, yeah, I can't eat my food without making a mess.
That's okay, man. And at a ballpark,
Yeah.
It's not. You don't have to be the cleanest,
That's right. Just look at the TV. Look at the concourse TV. Don't look at me. Jeez.
Yeah. What are you watching me for?
So much other stuff to see. Watch the game. Don't look at me. All right, number 3. Who you got? What you got for number 3?
Sunflower seeds.
Oh, how did that not make my list?
Dude, I have no idea. That's a revelation.
Gosh.
Sunflower seeds, number 3.
Oh,
I gotta have
sunflower seeds.
Gotta have them. And if I go to a minor league club, I'm taking my own because I can't trust anybody to have the ones I want. You can't trust anybody to have them.
Oh, for sure.
So I pack up my Bigs, sea salt and black pepper. It's a blue label, sea salt and black pepper. And I just put it in the bag and I walk in. And if they search my bag, I look at them and I give them this look like, you know why I brought my own. And the bag checker's like, yeah, I feel that. And then they just let me go in with my seeds.
Absolutely. So is that's your flavor? There's the sea salt and black pepper?
Yes.
So I'm an original. I just like the salted ones. However, if you're down for combining, I think I've said this before, maybe on the VIP group. If you get black pepper and barbecue and throw them in your mouth together, that, my friend, tastes like a steak.
Ooh.
And it is so.
I got to try that.
Yeah, it's the way to do it if you're going to combine them.
Yeah. I just recently tried Jason D'Agostino, I think it was Jason, on the VIP group a couple months ago, turned me on to Old Bay.
Oh, yeah, it was him.
Dude, those are good, man.
Are they? It wasn't like a seasoned salt or something like that?
Yeah, it's Old Bay seasoning. It's the seafood seasoning.
Yeah,
it's you boil your lobster in it and stuff.
Oh,
crab.
I need to find some of that. I'm all about seafood.
I know you are, dude. It was awesome.
That sounds fantastic.
What about you? What's number 3 for you?
Number 3, this should come to no surprise to anybody who's been listening to the podcast because of my favorite flavor of Bang, cotton candy.
Yeah! I knew it.
I love me some cotton candy. So last year when we were at spring training, we were sitting there, and we were at a Diamondbacks and Giants game in Scottsdale, and the guy for the cotton candy is walking around and Wilson looks at me, he's like, "Dad, can we get some cotton candy?" I was like, yeah. So I got it, and he just smacked my arm to have me grab. Oh, sorry, this is mostly for you.
You can have some too.
Oh, and the night before we had gotten a bag too, so we got 2 bags of cotton candy.
Yeah,
we were at a Mariners and Angels game the night before. So
you'd be like,
so much
Wilson,
cotton candy.
You better have your own bag.
That's what we're gonna have to do this time around. I think we're gonna have to get him his own bag. I'll have mine, and we'll go separate ways with our cotton candy.
Yeah, go our separate ways.
It's so good. I love it.
Oh yeah, I think that's funny, man. I love it. That's awesome.
All right, number 2 for you.
All right. Only because I can't get a sloppy Joe at a ballpark. Because I think that having a sloppy Joe at a ballpark would be life-changing. But the next closest thing I can get is a pulled pork sandwich.
Oh yeah, love a pulled pork.
And I don't care what you just can't screw up a pulled pork sandwich. Unless it's dry, and then it's totally ruined. But if I want it on a sesame bun, I want it the bun's got to be a little bit toasted with some butter, maybe some garlic butter.
Yeah.
And I want it just soaking wet with that barbecue sauce, Oh, a little bit of cheese maybe, some coleslaw sometimes.
Yeah. That's a good one. And I do love a pulled pork, but I've had them before where they don't toast the bun, so the bread gets a little soggy for my liking. And that's when I just take a fork to it. And I'm just like, I'll just eat the pork. I'm good.
There you go.
So, yeah.
But there's something about pulled pork, like smoked pork with some barbecue sauce on it at a ballpark that I just think is it's like soul food for me at a ballpark. It's like, it's a comfortable landing place. I can always be happy with that.
Have you had the pulled pork at Smith's Ballpark in Salt Lake?
Yeah.
Is that the one you're talking about?
Nope, but it's pretty good.
It's a good one. It's probably one of the better ones I've had at a ballpark before.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That one. So, yeah, it's a good pulled pork.
What about you? What's number 2? Yeah.
My number 2 is specific to T-Mobile Park.
Again, Brad.
I'm telling you, it's the ballpark I grew up going to, and I've had a lot of opportunity to try the food there. So this one, let me preface this. As soon as you walk through that park, like I ask people when they go, they're like, did you smell it? As soon as you walk through the gates, this smacks you in the face. Garlic fries.
Oh.
You have to get garlic fries if you go to a Mariners game.
Okay.
They're so good. They're the best ones I've ever had in my life. Best garlic fries I've ever had.
Wow.
And I'm serious. The whole ballpark reeks of garlic because of them, because everybody gets them.
That's amazing.
And I don't know if they still do it, but they used to. Mike Blowers, one of the TV guys for the Mariners, he would give out rally fries during the game. So whoever had the best sign in the stadium, like they'd show them on TV and everything, he'd give them rally fries. In fact,
nice.
So I took my wife, who grew up, she's an Angels fan. She grew up north of Anaheim in Southern California. Yeah. And so we went to a game in Seattle. It was the Mariners and Angels were playing. And so we went, and she was wearing her Angels t-shirt. And of course I was wearing Mariners stuff. And so we made a sign that said, we only had so much room, but we said wife equals, and had an Angels logo. Husband equals, had a Mariners logo. And I wrote, change her with rally fries. I was hoping to really get some rally fries. We did get on TV. We watched the game later, and we did get on TV, but they gave it to this family who was like a section over because it was the dad's like 80th birthday or something like that.
So, just by that much.
Just by that much, yeah.
Dang, but that's a cool story, man.
It was
love
fun.
That.
So you gotta get garlic fries at T-Mobile.
Bro, let me tell you, if the word garlic is in the name, I'm gonna love it.
It's so true.
That's literally my jingle jam. If the word, so I used to live in Monterey, California, and just north of Monterey is Gilroy, California, and Gilroy is like the nation's largest garlic capital, whatever.
Oh, okay.
And you know when you're in Gilroy, like you cross this magic line on the highway. And you could have your windows up, and you could have the little button turned on in your car that says don't, only filter the air and don't bring it in.
Yeah.
And it still just like starts coming in from all directions. And it's a magical thing.
I was going to say, but it smells delicious. Like when you pull into Nampa, you smell the sugar beet factory, and it smells totally like doo-doo. It's awful.
Yeah.
I would much rather live by the garlic capital of the world.
Yeah. I think it's this number. It's in the top 2 or 3 garlic capitals of the world, the whole world or something.
That's awesome.
It's awesome. And they do garlic everything, man. You can get garlic salt and jelly and this and that. I don't know. This is like they have a festival every year. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, so
that would be
it's
awesome.
Pretty cool. Anyway, so garlic fries, I'm going to have to show up at T-Mobile Park for that.
Yeah, do it. It's so good. So good.
All right. Let's go.
On,
What's your number 2? Oh, you did. Number 1 now, right?
Yeah, number 1.
Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first? Or should we go at the same time?
Let's go at the same time. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Hot dogs. Yes.
Yeah.
Stupid easy, right?
It's so easy.
Yeah.
So easy for a hot dog. Absolutely. Now, here's the question.
Okay.
Fixins. What do you do
That's the
for
question.
your hot dog?
Because not all hot dogs are created equal.
It's true. That's exactly right.
Some people like a Ballpark Frank. Other people want a Nathan's. Everybody's in between. And I'm telling you what. Then you throw a Polish sausage in there. You throw a bratwurst.
Geez.
I mean, that we start to get into real complicated sectors. So let's just go ahead and put them all in the same hot dog category.
Just put it under the hot dog umbrella.
There's an umbrella of hot dog, which is the happiest place on earth.
It has to be. It has to be.
I don't know how you could go to a ballpark and not eat a hot dog. I know people that do it. I just don't get it.
Well, I mean, we just talked about it. But at the same time, it's like, that's one of the first things I do when I get there is I go get a hot dog. And then if I'm hungry later, then I defer to other parts of the list.
Yes, especially if the hot dog is bad. And I have had, unfortunately, some of my most terrible hot dog experiences have been at minor league baseball parks.
Yes, yep, I would agree with that. And the other thing too is like, it's possible to get a hot dog that is insufficient.
Oh yeah,
like I went, like it was a good dog. We were at an Angels game at Angel Stadium, and we got dogs, and I ate it, and like 2 innings later, I was like, I'm starving.
Yeah,
I need something else.
Yeah,
you know, and that was a pizza night. But yeah.
By about the 4th inning, you're like, yeah, I need some pizza.
Yeah, something like that.
I feel you. So I have a buddy of mine, Timmy. Timmy and I have a system when we go to baseball games together.
Okay.
We always show up and eat something immediately. It's usually a hot dog, right? We usually get 1 or 2 hot dogs right off the bat. And then about between innings 3 and 4, then we go get round 2. Sometimes it's pizza, sometimes it's sandwich. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that's when you want a pretzel. Something. Yeah. Nachos, whatever. Then about 3 innings later, we get up, we stretch, and then we go have round 3. That's when you get your ice cream or your ices or your, whatever, brownies, if you can find a brownie, shave ice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the system we use, and it's never failed me.
It's a strong system.
Thank you. Yeah.
So let's do it this way first. What's the worst hot dog you've ever, like, where is the place that you've had the worst hot dog?
Do not go to the Orem Owls and look for a hot dog.
I was going to say the same thing.
I have had hot dogs all over the country. We did that big, long 3-month road trip, right?
Yeah.
All summer long. And we went to ballparks everywhere. And I had a hot dog freaking everywhere. I have never had a worse experience. The bun is a whole new. We could have a whole conversation about the quality of bun I expect, and then the dog has to be a certain caliber, right?
Yeah.
And then the fixins have to be a certain caliber. And I have never ever had a worse experience repeatedly, and I don't know why I continue to subject myself to it. But at Orem Owls, worst hot dog ever.
Let me tell you why you continue to subject yourself to it. So when I worked with the Orem Owls for that summer, they gave us a food card so we could get, like, it had like a certain amount of money on it. It was basically like you can get like 2 or 3 things a night, and then it'll exhaust it for the season.
Yeah.
So
totally.
So I ate dinner at the ballpark every single night that summer, pretty much.
Yeah, for sure.
And I probably ate 4 hot dogs all summer because I ate the first one. I was like, oh, that one wasn't good. Like, that wasn't good at all. And then a couple weeks later, I was like, I'm going to try a dog again. Went and got a hot dog. Terrible. It was awful. And what it is they're dried out and burnt.
Ugh.
Like,
and the buns are stale.
And the buns are stale, yeah.
Oh.
And so I probably had 4 dogs just because I kept giving it a chance. And before we hit the All-Star break, I was like, no, I'm done with dogs. Done with dogs this season.
Write them off.
And it was like burgers and chicken wings or chicken strips the rest of the time.
Chicken strips. I forgot I should have put chicken strips on my list.
It is a good ballpark food.
Yeah.
It's solid. But, yeah, no, that is by far the worst dog I've ever had in my life. Like,
ever.
Ballpark or otherwise.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because they have high school students cooking them or what, but not good. Not a good dog.
Well, and in the same league, Pioneer League, I've been to other Pioneer League games. Not a bad hot dog. Yeah. Not great, but it's a cheap hot dog. So
yeah.
Where have you had the best hot dog ever?
Again, T-Mobile.
I knew it.
And you know what it was? So first off, they call them Mariner dogs.
Okay.
And a Mariner dog by itself is fantastic because I'm of the belief that if a hot dog is good enough, it doesn't need anything on it.
Agreed.
Okay? And so I will eat a Mariner dog straight up. Like dog and bun. That is it. Yep. However, T-Mobile Park takes the Mariner dog to the next level by wrapping it in bacon.
Oh.
And that is by far the absolute best hot dog I have ever had in my life. Like, wow. I know for a fact I will never have another hot dog that good. I'm still going to get them at the game because they're good, but
yeah, right.
That is like the top shelf dog.
Wow.
What about you? What's the best dog you've ever had?
So man, I don't know. I will tell you that when I was in Colorado, I went to a Rockies game.
Okay.
There's a Biker Jim's restaurant. Mm-hmm. I think it's called Biker Jim's. And they are crazy awesome. And they do them up all kinds of different ways. So it just depends on how you want it made up. But this place, and they do funky meats and stuff. Like boar and pheasant and I don't remember whatever else, right? There's like a whole list of weird, exotic. Mm-hmm. Anyway, super awesome. So, I think they did. I don't even remember what I got because I like a traditional hot dog, right? I want it
right.
Typically, I want it to taste like a hot dog, right?
Yeah.
So, but I'm with you, man. The hot dog itself, like the meat itself, has to have its own flavor.
Yeah.
Since definitely. I've done so much road tripping, I'm also a gas station hot dog connoisseur.
Oh,
so I know. Yeah. I know if I'm in this part of the country, I need to go to this chain of gas stations to get the hot dog that I want.
And I totally hear that because we have gas stations around here called Maverick. You had them in Utah.
Yeah,
right.
The bomb.
The best hot dog, like the best gas station hot dog
ever.
Fantastic fresh bun.
It used to be 7-Eleven.
Yeah, 7-Eleven not so much anymore.
But they
see 7-Eleven dogs a lot in high school. But
yeah, me too. And they fell apart, and now it's Maverick. Yeah, Maverick Adventures first stop.
So if you're ever, and you know, I heard maybe they have a Maverick in Minnesota, somewhere in the Midwest, somewhere. I don't know.
Really?
I almost said Mideast. Everything's east when you live in Idaho.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, I think in the Midwest they have Maverick somewhere. But if you're ever like Idaho, Utah, Nevada, stop by Maverick and get yourself a hot dog. You'll
out
be glad
here,
you did.
Out here, it's the QT, the Quick Trip.
Oh, okay.
So you go out to a QT. It's a lot like a Maverick, and they have it still is nothing like Maverick, but they have the best hot dogs here. Anyway, but Coors Field's best hot dog I've ever had at a major league facility, and the exotic stuff was really cool. But I got to tell you that one day I'm going to make it to Wrigley, and one day I'm going to make it to Miller
Dodger
Park.
Stadium. Oh, Miller, yeah.
And I'm gonna compare the two because I think that among the fans, I mean, certainly there's the rivalry there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I think that even the fans are like, no, our dog is better, right? Right?
Yeah.
And I think that exists probably to some degree in Comiskey as well, down or whatever they call it, Guaranteed Rate Field, whatever, South Side Chicago now. They've got the heater. So I had to look it up. In South Side Chicago, they've got at the White Sox, they've got the heater. And this is what's on it. It's like a Chicago style or whatever, but they have jalapeno cheddar sausage, spicy coleslaw, and sriracha mayo. And I'm like, well, I have to have one of those. But my favorite style of hot dog has pico de gallo on it. So whenever I'm at a gas station, if they've got pico, I throw pico on my hot dog with my ketchup and mustard and a little bit of relish. And I'm a mayonnaise on my hot dog guy. Sue me, okay? I know that I've just divided the Red Sea with that comment. But I put mayonnaise on my damn hot dogs and leave me alone, okay?
Well, and I'm not much of a mayo eater anyway, but I don't feel like it's that uncommon as far as like putting mayo on your dog. But I mean, I would never do it just because, like I said, I don't eat mayo. But
that's weird,
I don't eat Miracle Whip either, so don't come at me with your Miracle Whip accusations.
Yeah. I don't eat Miracle Whip often either. I do like it sometimes. So, but at Wrigley Field, I looked this up. Here's what they have as the all ingredients Chicago style. You got the Chicago relish, right? That hyper green relish. which I guess includes tomato, onion, pickles, this neon relish, sport peppers, and celery salt, and then a little bit of yellow mustard. And I'm like, you know what? So even though the Coors Field hot dog was the best one I've probably ever had at a ballpark, I know I'm missing out.
Yeah. Well, and I want to make it down to Chavez Ravine just to have a Dodger dog, just to say that I have.
Absolutely.
I've never been to Dodger Stadium. I want to do it, and I feel like that's part of the experience that I have to have. And I know that a Dodger dog isn't really anything special. It's mostly the size, and the name. Yep. But I've got to get myself a Dodger dog.
Well, what about a Fenway Frank?
And
Dodger gotta have a Fenway Frank.
Yeah,
gotta have one. Yeah.
I almost just want to take a hot dog road trip around the country and stop at every ballpark on the way.
I'm there. I'm with that. That's what I want to be doing.
Eat hot dogs for 2 months straight.
Dude.
Oh, I don't know if I could do that.
Nope. That would be a terrible idea. But when I was at Chase Field, I did not get their chicken enchilada dog, and I hear good things.
Oh, that does sound fantastic. When I was in Tucson, there was a place that they called them Sonora dogs. And it was kind of the same idea. And I got to tell you, that's something else.
So, I mean, everybody has their own version of the dog. So I wanted to hear from the listeners, guys. What do you think? What is the best dog? Do you need a Coney? Right? Are you from Detroit and you want your Coney dog with the onions and the chili and the mustard? Or do you want churros between those buns? Like, what do you got to have? Where's your favorite hot dog in baseball?
Yeah, let us know. We definitely want to hear from you.
I'm amazed at how many hyper famous hot dogs there are.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's amazing. It's clearly the number one. You know what I mean? Like it's just awesome. I just love it.
Yeah, it has to be. Well, I mean, there's a shirt on the shop that says a ballpark, or what is it? A hot dog at the ballpark is better than a steak at the Ritz.
Steak at the Ritz. That's
right.
right.
I totally agree. It's the environment. It's what you eat at a game.
Yep.
Hot dog and sunflower seeds. So don't just tell us about your hot dog. We definitely want to hear about your hot dogs because everybody loves a dog. But what's your go-to? What's your go-to? I guess you could say an entree. What's your go-to entree at a ballpark? What's your go-to snack? Like we talked about, we love to eat sunflower seeds. What's your go-to dessert? And like, what do you like to eat at a ballpark? Let us know. Tell us. You can comment on the VIP group. You can comment on the podcast itself. You can comment on the episode page at baseballtogether.com. So wherever you want to comment, let us know. Let us know what you think about eating at ballparks because we want to hear from you because it's a fun conversation. And I like to take recommendations of what to eat too. Like if you tell me like this is what you need to get here, then let me know. Let us know.
Don't forget that if you want to join the VIP group on Facebook, it's like the central hub of all of our activity. And it's the greatest place to be. We have the best baseball family on this group. We're about 700 strong right now, and we want you to be a part of it. So here's what you do. You go on Facebook, and you search 9+ us VIPs. That's one way to do it, the number 9, and then plus us VIPs. Or you can search for 9+ us on Facebook. Go over to the left side on the desktop. You go to the left side. It says groups, and you'll see 9+ us VIP there. Request to join. We'll go ahead and let you in because we love more people in our baseball family. Right. And, that'd be great.
Yeah. So we talked a little bit earlier about the hot dog shirt. That's where you can find it on the shop. The shop is shop.9plusus.com. Brig, you want to tell everybody about some of the new stuff that's on there?
Dude, we dropped hoodies and sweatshirts for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And these prices are literally bananas. Like, we're also in the process of dropping prices on all the T-shirts and everything all the way down anyway. So it's taking a really long time. So forgive me. But we're doing a systematic sort of downgrade on some of these prices. And we're taking requests. So if there's something you want to see move to the top of the list, let us know. But so the sweatshirts without a hood, old school athletic sweatshirt, they start at $22.99, which is completely bonkers. Yeah. The hoodies start at $26.99.
Nice.
Now, you can't find a hoodie for $26.99 anywhere, especially with these super sweet designs we got on them. Okay, so this is crazy. I think if we go all the way up to 4 and 5X on some of these hoodies.
So even if you're not that big and you just want to have something to get cozy in and drown in, you can go up to 4 or 5X.
Totally. That's what my wife does. She likes them real big, so she like get real snuggly in them. Yep.
It's like your own Snuggie.
Yeah. She does. She like curls her legs up inside and everything, and just puts the hoodie pocket all the way down by her ankles, and she kneels inside of it. She loves it that way.
That's awesome.
I'm like, whatever, man.
She knows what's up.
She knows, yeah. So if that's you, we got it.
Absolutely. And I did mention baseballtogether.com earlier. You can head on over there. You can find some, I guess you'd call them columns, blog posts. I don't know. Anyway, that's our blog. Head on over there. You can read about baseball. You can also listen to the podcast there. There is a little podcast player on there. You can check out baseballtogether.com and be sure to like, subscribe, rate, review the podcast. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know of any topics you want to hear about. And you can also submit to the mailbag, which can be found on the VIP group. And baseball family, thanks again for joining us. We will catch you next week.